Welcome back to Changing Latitudes. On this episode, we're going to review how my parents' house was built. As I've said before, it is a modular home. And in the process of building this, you come across different things and aspects that you like of a modular home and why we did it. So I'll get into that topic a little bit during the course of the video. We came across this idea. It seemed like the right thing to do. We were researching it right away once we purchased the property, and we came to the conclusion that this was the right choice for us. One of the confusions about modular homes is that they are somehow, I guess, just poof and they're there. Not at all. When you build a modular home, you do have to build in, of course, the foundation to the home. You have to make sure that you have all the standard plumbings and septic tanks, electrical and plumbing. So as I will show throughout the course of the video, that activity, core of the video will be a lot to do with how the house was delivered and put together. But, I'll bookend it with what activities were done in the beginning and in the end. As we watch the large crane come up the driveway that will lift the house portions into its place onto the foundation, wanted to stop for a second and talk a little bit of why we went with the modular versus a traditional stick built. In North Idaho, we felt that the weather would control too many aspects of our time put to work, as well as time of materials in the weather. When thinking about a modular home, it's built in a factory. It has very good standard practices that control all the elements that would come along with building in the weather. We did not have to face those, as well as they do have a person on site that is an official of the government looking at the build as it goes along. So the electrical permits, the plumbing permits, all those permits are taken care of in the process of building the home. So we were really impressed with that. We liked that idea as well. At the time, I believe we also felt that from an economic point of view, the cost of building it through a modular process would be slightly better. I don't believe see it that way today, but at the time when we did the analysis, it felt like that. Obviously, all the components of maybe building on a garage or putting on a porch as we did, pouring cement around it for walkways and things of that nature, were always considered, so no surprises there. The first portion of the house up the driveway was a bear. As you can see in the video there, they're making a lot of adjustments. We were impressed by the capabilities of this truck to move the trailer left, right, forward, back to make sure that it made that turn. That turn is not a very particularly tight turn, but when you're hauling a 60-foot home, it is quite the turn. And of course, both sides of our driveway drop into the creek, so there was no variance there. You had the width of the driveway, and it was tight. As I will show in this aerial view here, there was a point where the tractor portion of the tractor trailer semi was literally hanging over the edge. We just could not believe it, man. You want to talk about a tense moment of watching this home of ours to basically dangling off into the wind. So, but the guys did a nice job of pulling it back together and getting it up the driveway. So it turned all good in the end. Now with the second portion of the home coming up the driveway, one of the things to call out about what we went through as well, particularly my parents obviously, this home was built during COVID. Just a terrible, terrible coincidence. They were not allowed to see the building being manufactured as well because the site was closed down from the point of view of not being able to receive guests. So they really had to do things on kind of a distance, and because of that distance, they were not allowed to look at the house being built, maybe some call outs there to could adjust. One of the things that we could say about stick build is as it's being built and you don't like how that's turning out here or there, you could maybe move an interior wall that doesn't have a load on it. You could maybe adjust something in a direction that you felt differently about now versus what you did before. When you're building in a manufactured process inside of a factory, you can make some of those adjustments on the fly if you were allowed to go inside the building. And again, it was during COVID and we were not allowed in the building during the time of it. So all we really received was some photos, which of course photos do not give you the feel and the depth of what was really happening. In wrapping up on my parents' home and this modular process, I thought I'd make a couple comments of things that I had seen on YouTube regarding modular homes. There are definite aspects of this that I would say we could do better if it was a stick-built home, most of which was frankly impacted upon us, as I said earlier, due to COVID. Supply shortages hit stick-built homes as well. So those experiences that we felt that drove definite issues for us along the way probably were mute. But given that we were in the modular process, may have felt somewhat due to the modular process in itself. Building this house that we felt maybe, quality could have been a little bit better than we thought was going to be enhanced by the fact that it was in a standardized process. Most of those were the amenities of the homes, kind of like, if you will, cabinets. But you pick your own sinks, you pick your own countertops, you pick your own door handles. So you have several of the controls along the way. You make choices, you have those choices delivered to the manufacturer, and they install it before the home is delivered to your site. Is the home cheaper? As I spoke earlier, we don't believe so today. We believe it probably came out to par. But, in the beginning, we did believe it was going to be less expensive. Is the home permitted in a better process? We believe so. I think there was a generic, flow to it that felt very natural and no real issues there to worry about. We weren't involved in any financing, so therefore we didn't find ourselves into a question of finance issues and people not knowing how to finance the building. We don't expect to be in any short period of time involved with any sale of the property in the post. However, if it was a mobile home you would see decreases in value of the property. That is not the case here with a modular home. There was no scam per se. I had read and saw some things about quite a bit of scams going on in this industry. We did not experience that. Could certain moments have been better along the way, or a little bit better controls in how we worked with the staff? Yes, but I'm sure there would have been some of that with the contractor if it was a stick built. But overall, the experience was difficult due to many other things that had a lot to do with COVID. But overall, we'd have to give it a process that we could live with, that we were happy with, and ultimately the best part of it is now we can be together on this property, on this journey. Thank you for watching, and look forward to seeing you the next time.